The question says, if the frequency of a tuning fork is 400 Hz and the velocity of sound is 320 meter per second, find how far the sound travels while the tuning fork makes 300 vibrations. Tuning fork is used for tuning purpose. Okay. Yesterday in one slide I have shown you one diagram. So in this question, frequency is given. Velocity frequency is 400 Hz. Velocity is 320 Hz. Velocity is 320 meter per second. Okay. He asks you to find out lambda. V is equal to n lambda. Okay. But here what he has given you, he has given you that it is making 30 vibrations. So number of vibrations is given. Okay. Now you know this formula, V is equal to n lambda, right? So from here you are going to get lambda because you know V, you know n. So you got lambda is equal to 0.8 meters. Okay. Now he's asking you how far the sound travels. Okay. See, you know the wavelength, and to get the distance traveled by the sound, you have to multiply with the number of vibrations. See, for one vibration it will travel 1 lambda. For two vibrations it will travel 2 lambda. For 30 vibrations it will travel 30 lambda. A tuning fork produces sound waves of wavelength 68 centimeter. If the velocity of the sound is 340 meter per second, what is the frequency of the tuning fork? So here wavelength is provided, you have to convert that into meters. Now velocity of sound is given, it is 340 here, we have taken 320, it's a small mistake. Okay, so what did he ask you? He asked you the frequency. So V is equal to n lambda, directly you'll get the frequency. It is very straightforward question. A body vibrating with certain frequency sends waves 1.5 meter long through a medium A and 2 meter long through a medium B. The velocity of waves in A is 120 meter per second. Find the velocity in B. Okay. So here there are two mediums provided, and in both the mediums the frequency is same. Okay, a body is vibrating with certain frequency through medium A and medium B. So in both the medium the frequency is same. In the first medium wavelength is provided, you know the velocity is 120. So in the first medium you know velocity, you know the wavelength, you can find out the frequency. So this frequency is same in the second medium also. So what is the frequency here? Velocity by wavelength. You got 80 Hertz. So this is the frequency in the second one. In the second one, what he has given you? In the second one, he has given you the wavelength as 2 meter long. Okay. So here we are assuming that the frequency is same in both the medium. Okay. What is this frequency, by the way? It is the natural frequency. Natural frequency is independent of medium. Okay. Remember this. So from here you know the frequency, you know the lambda 2 value, lambda 2, you can get the velocity in the second medium. Okay. While discussing this reflection and refraction concept, I was telling you that frequency remains the same. Velocity and lambda value changes, but frequency remains the same. Try to recollect what I told in that class. Okay, in a mechanical transverse wave, the particles of the medium, so 4 options are given, we have to choose the correct one. Vibrate in direction perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. This is pretty straight. Y of xt is equal to a sine kx minus omega t. This is what we have written. So in transverse wave, if the wave is moving in x direction, disturbance is in y direction. This is the basic definition. Option A is correct. Option B says vibrate in a direction, just we will see the other options also. Vibrate in a direction parallel to the direction of propagation of wave. Which type of wave is this? Longitudinal wave. Move in a circle. This is nonsense. Move in a ellipse. This is double nonsense. Okay. Option A is correct. Water waves are longitudinal, transverse, both longitudinal and transverse, none of these. You have to remember this special feature of water wave. They're both longitudinal as well as transverse. Option C is the correct answer. It's a theory question. Transverse waves cannot be produced in gases because gases are light, can flow quickly, are compressible. See, if they are compressible, they are good for longitudinal waves. Remember that piston example? पिस्टन वाला एक एग्जाम्पल बताया था मैंने, तो वहाँ पर एयर कंप्रेसिबल है, इसीलिए उसमें लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव आ रहा है. ओके, आर लाइट, डजंट मेक एनी सेंस, कैन फ्लो वेरी क्विकली. सी, ट्रांसवर्स वेव तभी क्रिएट होता है जब उसके परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में इलास्टिसिटी का कोई स्कोप नहीं होना चाहिए. ओके, लाइक if you take a box has a length as well as a width. It has a thickness also. For the time being we are assuming that the thickness is negligible. अभी बॉक्स का लेंथ होता है और एक विड्थ होता है, तो लेंथ के लिए विड्थ जो होता है वो ट्रांसवर्स होता है. ट्रांसवर्स मीन्स परपेंडिकुलर. इफ लेंथ इज एक्स, विड्थ इज वाई. ओके, सो इसमें क्या होता है कि वहाँ पर लेंथ डायरेक्शन में और विड्थ डायरेक्शन में इलास्टिसिटी होता है, तो वहाँ पर ट्रांसवर्स वेव क्रिएट कर सकते हो. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली क्या है कि दोनों डायरेक्शन में इलास्टिसिटी होना चाहिए. जिस डायरेक्शन में वेव जा रहा है एंड द डायरेक्शन इन विच द परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन टू इट. गैसेस आर नॉट लाइक दैट. गैसेस आर प्योरली वॉल्यूमेट्रिक बेस्ड. ओके, सो ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. इन ए मैकेनिकल लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव द पार्टिकल्स ऑफ द मीडियम वाइब्रेट. ये फिर से आ गया, vibrate in a direction parallel. This is already covered, no, here. Okay, let us repeat question. Let me get you some more. Of the following waves transmitted from one place to another place. Of the following, the wave transmitted from one place to another. Of the following, the wave transmitted from one place to another is which one? What is wave actually transmitting? Actually, the wave is transmitting energy. Okay, the wave is not transmitting mass or amplitude or momentum. It is transmitting energy. So option 4 is the right answer. Waves which can propagate through vacuum are, see, only electromagnetic waves can propagate through vacuum, not any other wave. Okay, it is the property of the electromagnetic wave. Longitudinal waves are produced in all three states, whether it is liquid, gas or solid. It should be compressible. Okay, longitudinal waves are formed only when they are compressible. Longitudinal waves cannot travel through. Cannot travel through means only electromagnetic waves can travel through vacuum. So longitudinal waves cannot travel through vacuum. Okay, EM waves only EM waves can travel through vacuum. Okay, longitudinal waves cannot travel through vacuum. It can go through solids, gas and liquids because they are compressible. Which of the following is a longitudinal wave? Waves plucked on a string. This is a classic example of transverse wave. Water waves are both. Light waves are in electromagnetic wave. Okay, sound waves are only longitudinal wave. See, water waves are both longitudinal as well as transverse. Light waves are not longitudinal waves. Okay, they are electromagnetic waves. A thunderclap follows the light flash because light, this is a favorite question, you know. The speed of sound is 300 meter per second, 320 meter per second, whereas the speed of light is 3 lakh meter per second, 3 lakh kilometer per second actually. Okay, so light is much faster. So you first see the light and then you hear the thunderbolt. So it travels faster than sound is produced first. This is not the option. Is easily visible from far, travels slower than sound. Okay, light actually travels faster than sound. It is easily visible from far. Could this be an option? It is easily visible from far because it is traveling to your eyes, that's why it is visible. If the velocity of light in vacuum is 3 lakh meter per second, 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second, then the velocity of sound in waves in vacuum. Sound waves we just discussed, they are longitudinal waves, and longitudinal waves don't travel in vacuum. So answer is none of this. A wave train moving along a rope has a velocity of 100 meter per second and a wavelength of 20 meter. What is the time period? Velocity v is equal to 100 meter per second, lambda is 20 meters, v is equal to n lambda, n is equal to v by lambda, 100 by 20, 5. So t is equal to 1 by n is equal to 1 by 5. Okay, option B is the right answer. See this question. The transverse displacement of a string clamped at its both ends is given by this equation, where x and y are in meters and t in seconds. The length of the string is 1.5 meters and the mass is this much. Answer the following. Does the function represent a traveling wave or a stationary wave? See, for the wave to be a stationary wave, it should be in this format. Okay, you see this equation? Both are comparable, right? So it is a stationary wave. It is not a traveling wave. Interpret the wave as a superposition of two waves traveling in opposite directions. What is the wavelength, frequency, speed of each wave? So this type of questions, you should compare these two equations. 2a is equal to 0.06, a is equal to 0.03. So here there should be sin kx. K is equal to 2 pi by 3. But what is k? 2 pi by lambda. So from here you are getting lambda is equal to 3. See, here there should be omega t, but there is 120 pi t. So omega is equal to 120 pi. Okay. So what is omega? It is 2 pi by t. It is not written here. 2 pi by t. 2 pi by t is equal to 120 pi. So t is 1 by 60. Frequency is 1 by t. So it is 60. Okay. Now velocity in the third question is asking about tension in the string. So for finding out the tension, we need to find the velocity first. This is the equation. V is equal to root over t by mu. This is for the transverse wave. What type of wave is this? This is a transverse wave. Okay. So mu is equal to mass by length. Mass is given as this much and length is given as 1.5. So mass by length. So you got 3 into 10 power minus 2 by 1.5 kg per meter. So this is the value. Now find out V. V is equal to n lambda. N means frequency. Frequency I worked out 60. And lambda is how much? 3. Okay. So V you are getting 180 meter per second. So use this equation now and find out T. When you calculate T, you are getting 648. So here both sides you have to square. Okay. This is 2 into 10 power minus 2. It will go to the numerator. It will become 100T. Root over 100 means 10. Root over 2 means root over 2 you will get. So 180 is equal to 10 by root 2. 0 cancel here. 18 root 2 whole square. This is 648 newtons. It is question on pipes. A pipe 20 cm long is closed at one end. Which harmonic mode of the pipe is resonantly excited by 430 Hz source? Will the same source be in resonance with the pipe if both ends are open? So speed of the sound is 340 meter per second. So the situation is like this. Pipe is closed at one end, open at another end. Yesterday we have seen this derivation. N is equal to V by 4L is the fundamental node, and if you see that N, 3N, 5N like that you are getting fundamental mode and the higher overtones, odd multiple, 2p plus 1 into N. Okay, just have a look over there. So let us first calculate N value. V is 340 and L value is given as 0.2. There is no end correction here, he has not mentioned that. So you're getting 425 hertz. So 430 is not a multiple of 425 hertz. So definitely it is neither the fundamental frequency nor the higher overtone. If it was open at both ends, your formula would be V by 2L. Okay, for open case it is V by 2L. So this will become what? This will become 425 by 425 into 2 it will become. Okay, it will be double of this. When both ends are open, the frequency becomes double. So it will be 425 into 2, 850. So even in that case also, there won't be any case of resonance or even the fundamental frequency. So the answer is no. A 4 kg block is suspended from a ceiling of an elevator through a string having a linear mass density this much. Find the speed with which the wave pulse can travel on the string if the elevator accelerates with 2 meters per second square. So situation is something like this. There is an elevator. So there is a string. This is the ceiling. Upper part is called the ceiling. Okay. So there is a string. 4 kg mass is attached to it. Obviously the weight is acting downward. The elevator is going up with 2 meters per second square. We have discussed this in mechanics. So whenever you see this type of problems, you have to apply the concept of pseudo force. Okay. Now in the question he is asking you to find the velocity. Okay, velocity in the string. So what is the velocity in the string? V is equal to root over T by mu. Mu value is given 19.2 to 10 power minus 3. We have to find out the value of T. So you cut a section here. We will draw the free body diagram. So we will use the pseudo force concept. So this weight is acting downward and tension is acting upward. This elevator is going with a upward acceleration. By applying pseudo force concept, when you apply a reverse and equivalent force, pseudo force is an imaginary force. When you apply equivalent force, okay, this problem converts into a static problem. Okay, so there have been videos made on that topic. If you want, you can go and see the videos. So here now this arrangement what you are seeing here has been converted into a static equilibrium problem. So in statics what happens? Sigma Fy is equal to 0. So T is in the upward direction, mg and ma are in the downward direction, and this is in equilibrium. That means T is equal to mg plus ma. So in the place of T you have to write this. M is given as 4 kg, G is 10, A value is 2, and mu is 19.2 into 10 power minus 3. So once you solve this, you get 50 meters per second. If the length of the stretched string is shortened by 40% and tension is increased by 44%, then the ratio of final and initial fundamental frequencies is. So it is like this. We know that V is equal to root over T by mu. So this mu is a material property. It is mass by length. Total mass by total length, or if length becomes half also, mu value will not change, because mu basically is a ratio of mass by length. If length becomes half, mass also will become half. Okay, a 1 meter string may have 100 grams, then half meter string will have 50 grams. It is proportionate, so mu value is unaffected. First we need to understand this. So let us find frequency here, because in the question they are asking you frequencies, right? What is the ratio of fundamental frequencies? So divide both sides by lambda. What is V by lambda? V is equal to n lambda. So n is equal to 1 divided by lambda into root over T by mu. So mu is not changing. Okay. Now what is this lambda? Lambda is equal to the length of the string when you are talking about the fundamental frequency. So n2 by n1 will be, it is 1 divided by lambda, no? So it will be, for n2 it will be 1 by L2. So this will become L1 by L2, and this will be root over T2 by T1. Mu is common, so it will get cancelled. So we have to find L1 by L2 and T2 by T1. So in the question they have given you condition, length of the stretched string is shortened by 40%. So L2 is equal to L1 minus 40%, 40 by 100 into L1. So L2 is equal to 0.6 L1. And similarly, tension got increased by 44%. So T2 is the final one, T1 is the initial one. T2 is equal to T1 plus 44 by 100 into T1, it is 1.44 T1. So from here you will get T2 by T1, which is 1.44. See, T2 is equal to 1.44 T1. So T2 by T1 will be 1.44. And here L2 is equal to 0.6 L1. We want L1 by L2. So L1 by L2 will be 1 divided by 0.6. Okay. So it is 1 divided by 6 by 10 or 10 by 6. That means 5 by 3. So it is 5 by 3 into root over 1.44. So 1.44 root over is 1.2. So 3 into 0.4 is equal to 1.2. 5 into 0.4, it is 2. So 2 is to 1. N2 by N1 is 2 is to 1. So this option is the correct answer.